Hello, and thank you for joining Paper Crafting with Tracey. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own various colored stamp pad. Okay, you can see with both of these cards here, the leaves on them are kind of a variegated pattern, and I'm going to show you how to make that. So we'll put some of that aside, and the first thing we got to do is make our stamp pad. So all I do is I get an empty stamp case, like so. And you need some wet wipes. Okay, and I find using 2 layers works better, or 2 different wet wipes, and they can't be dry wet wipes either. They have to still have some moisture. So if you're using a package that is too old, it won't work. So I got another one here. I'll just stick that in there, just like so. And now you're going to use your re-inkers. So the colors I'm going to be using is some cherry cobbler, some Cajun craze, old olive, some pumpkin pie, and crushed curry. Okay, and to me, I wanted some fall looking colors. So you're just going to start, and you're just going to drop some ink in various spots on here. And it's not going to look like much when you first start out. Okay, I will admit that, but if you left it sit for a while, the color would start coming out, spreading more so that you could actually see some of the colors. You can see it a little bit there, how the yellow looks more brown, but you can see on the edges how it's becoming more yellow. Okay, and eventually you want to fill in all these spots. And I'll get the cherry cobbler here. Okay, and you can still see it's spreading. And then finally the old olive. Okay, because some fall leaves still have a little bit of the green in there. So we'll just add some of that. I'm just filling in some of where there's a little bit of white. Okay, so I'll just put that aside. And you can make the area as big as you want. The stamps I'm using are quite small, so that's plenty for size. So the stamp set I'm using is the Forever Fern. Okay, and I'm going to be using this leaf pattern right here. And then To a Friend That Makes Me Smile. So I'll just get that leaf out and my block, and then I'm just going to get a piece of basic white cardstock here, and all you're going to do is use your new stamp pad there, ink it up, and you're not going to see too much when you look at it, and it doesn't matter if you go over it a couple times. And now I'm just going to start, and there you can see how it's, let me move that where you can see it better, various colors. Okay, and now I'm just going to keep adding some more. You want to be careful that you don't go past just over the halfway mark, because we're going to have our sentiment here. Okay, so I'll add some more there. There we go. Now, when I was doing my first one, I ended up making a little mistake. And I'll see if I can find that one. Here was the very first one I made. And if you look really carefully there, you can see where the edge of the stamp hit. And I thought, uh-oh, I didn't want to get rid of the whole card. So this stamp set actually has some little dots, a little spray of dots here. So I thought, why not use that to hide it? So we're going to, and it created a nice little background. So that's all I'm going to do, is just add some more little dots. And just putting them in there wherever. A tiny bit down there. Okay, and that's probably all that I need in there. Might put a bit more on the edge there and on that edge. There we go. So we'll close that up, and you can see now that it's been sitting a bit longer how the colors have kind of all separated. You can really distinguish which color is which instead of it just being kind of a dark blob. Okay, and now I'll take Cajun Craze, and I'll just get my sentiment here and put it on a block. Okay, so, oops, this got inked a bit much, but we'll hopefully get that on okay. There we go. So, as usual, I make sure I always close my ink pads and get everything well out of the way so that I don't accidentally ink up more. So now I'm going to use some ribbon. So I'm using this lovely gold shimmer ribbon. Okay. And I've already cut a little piece here. So I've got that, and that's going to go right to divide the two. Okay, and once I get that in place, I'm going to get some tape on here, some of our Stampin' Seal Plus. Okay, because I'm using the ribbon, I just want to make sure I've got a good seal on here. And then before I put this on my card on the matting, I put my ribbon in place first. That way you can adjust as needed so that it's all straight. And then I'm just using the crushed curry as my matting. Oops, obviously that I didn't cut those quite right. So let me just get my trimmer here, and I'll just do the right size one way but not the other. So these are 4 by, supposed to be 5 1/4, not 5 1/2. So I'll get the matting done for the inside as well. There we go. So put that one aside, put my trimmer aside. And now let's try this again. So that our basic white is our usual 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so I got that all lined up. And then my card base is just Cajun Craze. So I will stick that on there as well. Okay, I loved being able to make my own ink pad. It, to me, made this really quite a lovely fall-looking card. Okay, for the inside, which I haven't decorated it yet. So again, you're just going to get a piece of basic white. And using the same leaves and our same ink pad that we made, I'll just... And then I'm just going to stamp some in a corner. Oops, that wasn't quite so dark, so let's do it again. It's the nice thing about paper. It's got 2 sides. So if it didn't work on one side, just flip it over and do it again. Okay, that was much better than that one. So we'll tape up this side and mat it. I don't think you can hear through the video how hard it's raining here right now, with the rain pounding on the roof. So it's a good day to be inside crafting. there we go. And our card is complete. So, using our own variegated stamp pad. So, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Paper Crafting with Tracey. Please join us on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest, Paper Crafting with Tracey, as well as please subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Happy stamping!